Quindexter here in my testing world, and I've not done a piston door before, and I've been messing around with a couple of designs, and I would like to share that. Now we'll talk about pulse extenders, both of which you can see behind me, but I will do it from scratch so you can follow along. Resource is super simple for this. Whatever you want to use for your door, you're going to need 6 sticky pistons, so you need some slime balls for that. Couple of redstone torches, couple of buttons, well, 4 buttons, and some redstone dust. And apart from that, Bob's your uncle. It's super fast, so there's going to be 2 parts to this video. One is about this, and I guess if you are, coming up to your door, but it's only the speed of a button, so if you're not sprinting, you might get caught on the other side, which is why pulse extenders are your friend, and we'll talk about those after I've done this build. I can just jump over the top of it. Right, so let's find some space. So first of all, you want to set up your 3 sticky pistons on this side. These will be extended, so your block of choice for door, I'll use brick here, will want to go here, because these will extend into that. So let's pull those up. Put our other 3 sticky pistons, 1, 2, 3 here. And we put our buttons in front of our door. I mean, you could have them come out as far as you like, but I mean, you want them fairly close, right, on both sides. And it mirrors on both sides. You can use pressure plates here, but if you're in a realm on hard mode, things will step on them and then just wander in and blow you up. And nobody likes that. I certainly have lived that dream before. Let's pick another building block, and we want to be able to activate all of these at the same time. So we can do that with the use of torches. That will launch the bottom 2. A little bit of redstone dust on the top, which will be powered through this block. We'll launch that top one. So again, this is just the simplest design possible. So our doors are shut. And now we need to be able to power off these 2 torches, and the same from the other side using the buttons. So if we just dig down a little bit. And we want to make sure that this is hidden redstone dust. I'll probably dig out too much, but that's okay. Always come back and build it in again. Creative mode. Right, so we power on from underneath here. Just do a quick test to make sure that's working. Gets powered on from underneath the block when there's a button on top. Then we just need to power into this particular torch. That side works. Mirror it on this side. Our door's open. And then we just do the same on this side. Totally the simplest design for a piston door. That's underneath these 2 buttons. Just connect it up. A little bit janky, but I mean, same thing works, right? As long as all the redstone is powered, we're going through. And this is far enough down where you can add back in your floor, because as much as I love exposed redstone, and we're through.
Definitely dug out too much here.
Bob's your uncle. And once you've put in the 2 blocks either side, decorative blocks, whatever you want to use, let's pick something different. There is your door. Very cost efficient, very quick to build. That took me all of like a minute and a half to build, probably. The only problem is you have to be quick when you're coming through. Sprint, and we're through. So what you want to be able to do is hit this button, have the door stay open slightly longer to let you get through, and not worry about having to do this all the time. Smack in your face. Perfect timing? Maybe. Pulse extenders. That's the next topic. So let's do one of those. So a pulse extender, essentially, when you push a button or do something like a pressure plate, will mean that the redstone signal stays on longer than the length of time it takes for a button. And different buttons have different, timings on them. But you want to be able to be in control of that. Your simplest pulse extender, if we're going to put a button, okay, with some redstone, have that going into a block, have a repeater on the other side to make sure that we get full 15 redstone signal out of it. Put some redstone, a comparator, and then out of this we want to essentially come round in a bit of a circle, like so. So this repeater will put out a 15. This will say, okay, thank you very much for a 15. It will come round, put out a 14, come back in, go, oh, I've got a 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, you guys can count, right? And that means that if we were going to put a light here, when we push the button, it stays on for a lot longer, and you can actually see the delay as this gets darker. So that's about, it's about 1.6 seconds, which is a lot slower than just having the button go. But it means that we can power the door, keep it open for slightly longer, and get in and out without bashing our faces. Now, if you were going to want to extend this, you can do the same thing. You don't need this block anymore. But you can use another comparator in the other direction. So we're coming out of here, we're putting 15, or rather 14, after the first tick, into here, and then we put it back into here. So it essentially doubles it. And you can see the delay is slower. That should be enough for any particular door, and you can keep building on this particular design, and you can add other, well, let's just add one there, add one there, add the redstone. So long as you keep on coming through comparators, they'll take one signal, pass that signal into the other one, it will keep like reducing it by 1, and it will extend the pulse. That's useful for so many different types of builds. As long as you can take the signal from your button down below. But if you can bury this underground and you can pass the signal, all you have to do is pass that signal from your button back to these redstone lines, then you can extend your door opening and closing for as long as you think is necessary. Hopefully that was useful. Pulse extenders, piston doors, Quindexter out. Well, thanks for staying this long. Little bit of an addition to the end of the video is, let's look at how we would put this underground. But here you can see we've got our 2 buttons that would be the same for this design that I have over here, which is the door would go here, this would go into your base, and what I've done is taken from the buttons, which will power this redstone signal, which will power this repeater, which will give a signal strength of 15, will come into here, 14 out, 13, and then, I mean, this is janky, but it works. Take your redstone out here, redstone dust, and this can be used to power your door mechanism as before. And as you can see, if I push these buttons, there's a delay. You just bring that redstone back up into your redstone torches, which are under your door mechanism, which would sit around here. Shouldn't interfere with anything, and this can work from both sides. You could put one over here, or you could actually link up just the one delay system for your door. It's probably more important for you to be running in and have a little bit of delay than when you're standing right next to the door coming out. Could be independent. That is officially Quindextra out on this video.